Welcome back, everyone, to another Ask Mevo Anything. I'm Joe Capar. I'm the lead technical specialist here at Mevo, and today I'm joined with Will Kirkpatrick. How are you today, buddy?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, it's just nice to be back. It's always nice to start the week out with a nice live show on Tuesdays. But to be honest, I'm probably looking forward to Thursday's show a little bit more, just because we got some exciting stuff to talk about. But
Yeah. Can we tease that at all?
I don't
Other
know.
than, or should we just say there's an exciting show on Thursday?
Sure. Yeah, let's just go with there's going to be an exciting show on Thursday.
That's
We're
good.
going to dive into some cool stuff from Logitech C. If you do not know, Logitech C is the business group that Mevo belongs under the Logitech family, and it's Logitech for creators. So we're going to talk about some new stuff from Logitech C and probably do some cool stuff and demo some stuff. And yeah, if you want to know all about it, come
Nice.
check it out. It's going to be fun. Uh, since I couldn't help but jump into that because apparently I've been waiting to say something about it from the moment we discussed it. Let's go over what we're using today for today's show. For myself, I'm using a Mevo Start that's running via USB. We're using UVC wired webcam mode from the Mevo app directly to my computer. For audio, I'm using this blue baby bottle. It's going into a Go XLR, and then the mixer's going directly into my computer, and audio is being handled there. What about you? You're doing the same for webcam mode, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say doing the exact same thing,
Yep.
which is really nice. I'd say the only thing that I would add to what you said is we're using Melon again,
Oh yeah.
and which has been fantastic, honestly. It's crazy that it took us so long to find Melon versus all the other options, but now at least we appreciate it so much more, right?
Yeah, and you have to go through the struggle to kind of realize when you find a gym. And it's funny because, Melon also owned by Stream or under the Streamlabs family, which is also owned by Logitech.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we all automatically kind of immediately just go to Streamlabs. Like that's usually the default. But like, and we've said it dozens of times over and over again, when you're live streaming, there's various different solutions to various different problems, and there's a different tool in your toolkit, right? There's no reason to overkill it. Like if you're doing like a one cam production and there's no reason to pull out a giant, like I don't know, like the HD 550 from the live stream days, the big computer with the
Right.
screen built in, and a full network solution. Like there are different tools for every job. And I think we finally found one for this one. Like we've
Yeah.
tried so much, and in times we probably overcomplicated it more than we needed to, because I mean, I guess that's kind of what we are supposed to do. It's
Yeah.
kind of our job is to kind of put these things through the ringer. Um, but yeah, no, I agree. Once you've gone through so many hoops, we've done live stream studio, we've done NDI Bridge being the latest one, Skype, OBS Ninja, which is now Video Ninja. Um, we've done, I
We
think
looked at Zoom.
we did do Zoom. We tried Zoom. Well, I don't think we ever used it officially, but we did try it, the
Yeah.
idea of it.
We went through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So many different things, so many different tools, so many different ways to accomplish something. But if you haven't checked it out, Melon you can find it at melonapp.com. I'll put it up here on the screen in a second once I go ahead and type that in. But you go to
Yeah.
melonapp.com and it's free. I mean, there's
Mhm.
a free tier, which is super, super cool.
I think it really depends on, like what your priority is for the stream. And our priority is that like we can communicate without issue.
Exactly.
Um, that's probably the most important thing for this kind of stream.
And also like, we even did the Google Doc thing for TalkDoc, old
Yeah,
old and forgotten TalkDoc. We did Google Sheets where we would copy and paste chat, and we'd have a dedicated person just to filter out chat. But
yeah,
Melon now allows us to see all of the chat in one single location. So like that's kind of another checkbox. Oh, and then we did Restream,
yeah.
which was doing
True.
that previously, and but
Vimeo.
Melon also does multi-destination. So it's crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things that it brings to the table. That's really cool. So if you haven't checked it out, melonapp.com. There's a free tier, which is pretty cool because it gets you kind of off the ground with your Mevo if you want to do like a talk show or something where you get to talk to people. Um, I think the limit is how many guests you can bring on at a time. You're limited at 720p. And then you also have the limitation of, I don't think you can multi destination for free. But you can do 720, single destination, a couple guests. I think it's like three, maybe. I don't want to like
Hmm.
speak out of term, but I think it's like three um, for free. So that you kind of see where your show's going, where your stream's going, your production. And then, if you feel like you're established enough, you can afford their monthly amount, which is affordable, then you can kind of go ahead and do that.
Yeah, it's cheaper than Restream's most expensive one, right?
I think so. I'm gonna pull it up. When you go to melonapp.com while you're streaming, it just throws you into the chat, or it throws you into
Yeah,
as a
that
guest.
makes sense.
So I've got to like actually Google it. Here we go. We got the pricing table here. Well, at least I thought so.
Because Restream is pretty up there for cost.
Yeah, especially if you don't want branding. It was like a couple $100 extra. It was like $350 a year or something. Um,
Right.
so let's see here. Yeah, I can't actually even see. Choose the best plan that fits your needs. Starts in seconds. I think I'd press this. I think yep. It just throws me in as a guest. I can't even look it up. Oh, I could do incognito mode. That's what I can do. But it's really cool because it takes your Mevo. You can use your Mevo with it. You can use it in wired webcam mode, wireless webcam mode. You could use NDI's webcam input. Um, I mean, basically any solution that you could use on a computer, you can use with Melon, which is really really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at chat. Jared says Restream is 95 a year for the Black Friday deal, and it includes no Restream branding. That I must have missed.
Yeah.
Missed that.
I thought it was much more than that, but I guess that's Black Friday deal.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think when I paid for it, it was like 350 or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, for the year, just to get rid of branding. But
Yeah,
I want
so
just to want
Cade
to.
says it's
I'm sorry.
Cade is just saying
Oh,
that
cool.
the standard is 15 and pro is 49. Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha. And then I think there's
Yeah,
a.
much better.
I'm still looking for the. I'm still on there, looking for the pricing. It just keeps saying get started for free. Oh, here we go. Pro versus standard. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Yeah, 15 a month, 49 a month, and then there's 12.50 a month if you pay annually, or 37.50 a month if you pay annually. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, I mean, so for the standard, you get no or your logo, no watermarks, up to 6 participants for free, unlimited streaming, multi-stream to 3 destinations, record up to 4 hours. A lot of really cool stuff. But I think the big thing is it works with Mevo. Like
Yeah.
it works with the Mevo. That's a big one. Let's see here.
It also
I'm gonna,
seems to be very like lightweight on the computer.
yeah, because it's browser based,
Right.
so which is super cool, super neat. I don't try to think how we could do these. I don't know if you've noticed, but the banner, like if you change it to less text, you got to move it to the right. You change it to
Right.
more text, you have to move it to the left. I'm gonna have to bring that up to the QA team and see if they can do something about that. Just like, can you like leave the left boundary where it's always at, regardless if the text is long?
Yeah.
Something's got to give. All right, let's see here. See what we got going on here in chat. Go back to the top. Fred says hello, hello.
What's up,
Um,
Fred?
Fred's always a welcomed returning viewer. Alex asking for NDI input for multicam ETA. Yeah, you can go ahead, take it, all yours.
That's a good question. We don't have a specific ETA for when that's coming, but it's definitely something that we're working on. It's on our coming soon page. So as soon as we know when it's coming and can tell you, we will absolutely do so.
Boom. That's pretty standard. It's like a standard reply, to be honest. I made a joke about it the other day that we should do an FX in my mixer where it just says coming soon. With that
Yeah,
response, I can just press it. That'd be so
I like
funny.
that.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, that's another thing. Did you mention that in your setup? Joe's got
Yeah.
some new audio.
So I mentioned having the Go XLR. I'm loving it so far, to be honest. And I've been really taking the 3D printer for a spin. Made me some stands and stuff. Really, I mean, it's more appealing. I don't know where my old one's at. It's over there, but it's dusty, and it's just, it's more than I need as a content creator. Um, it's just not appealing either. Like,
Yeah.
just it might just be even overwhelming, and I prefer the software stuff over manual analog adjustments. So it's been nice to have that, and the built-in compression and sound things that Joseph got to mess with for me has been great. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting you one sooner than later. That
The
way we can.
RGB isn't bad either.
Yeah, I get to change the colors whenever I want, and we all know I like to change colors of things.
Yeah.
An obvious thing. All right, so Robert says I have one camera and I'm considering buying two more. Do I need anything else to go multicam during live streaming? Absolutely not. You just need your Mevo cameras, up to three of them, the Mevo multicam app, and you need to make sure your mobile device can actually run the multicam app.
Yeah.
Having stable internet's important too, but you're not going to use more internet using multicam than you would if you were using the single cam app, just to be clear. So if you can run 1080p from the single cam app, then you should be able to run multicam 1080p. You just remember your mobile device is the encoder, so um, you do need to make sure it's powerful enough to actually run the device. So there's internet speed, and then there's actual hardware um, processing power.
Yeah, and we've got a help article on help.mevo.com that shows the required specs. So be sure to check that out.
So John says both using the same setup, but there's a massive difference in audio quality and volume. So I speak loud in general. Um, I'm loud. I'm a loud person. And then I do have the Go XLR. So who knows? I'll be curious to know if when we get him the Go XLR, if it sounds different or louder. Or am I the quiet one? I could be the
You're the
quiet one.
quiet one, yeah, but I lowered mine as well.
Oh, I'm the quiet one.
But it should be better even now.
Cool. Good to know. Uh, Jared's on Twitch. What's up, Joe and Will? Hope y'all are having a great week. So far, so good. So far, so good.
Let's see, Simon.
Yep,
Where
Simon.
does the name Mevo come from? It's a good question. Actually, I think you'd have a better idea for
Uh,
that one.
honestly, the only story I really know about it is that like it was like from movie Movi was the
Right.
original name, and then they had to change it to Mevo. But the concept was you're doing film production, you're doing video production. At least like that's pretty much like the generic explanation that I got. That was it. Um, but yeah, I don't really have much more on that. Oh, now I got full copy and paste of the description of the Melon website. Oh, and restream.
Just on top of it. Thanks
There we
for
go.
that.
How are you guys able to connect remotely with Melon? Some type of key or something. Let's see here. How are you guys able to connect remotely with Melon? Some type of key or something. Oh, so no, it's a computer application. So it runs in the web browser, and you're just
Yep.
bringing your cameras in as webcams essentially. And then basically you get a guest link, and they can join. Um, I wonder if I can do a
Yeah,
screen
think of
share.
it as like almost like a Zoom call in your browser
Yeah,
that you can stream from.
yeah, that's a good way to think of it. Let me see here. Let me see if I can just do a quick share screen. Maybe one of these days we'll do a full walkthrough on how this all looks. But
Yeah, that's a great idea.
so basically, boom, uh, we've got craziness going on here. Okay, so ignore the middle of the screen because you're just going to see an endless loop of nothingness. Um, but essentially, what you see on the left side over here is our different um, it's our different cameras or sources. So you got my screen here, we've got Will here, and myself. I can bring Will up to front. I can mute him, change his camera, change his volumes. I can hide him on stream. So now he's hidden. I can hide myself. Or no, that was the screen. Oops. So you can do a bunch of really cool stuff. And then on the right side, I can click some questions. So let's see here, like this one. Let's do this. Let me get rid of sharing. So now I can just click questions and it just pops up. Nice and easy. Nothing crazy. I can drag and drop our frames around, change our camera shots. It's like the basic, it's like an extremely simple and easy to use user interface for video control.
Yeah.
So Dale says, I have just started using Mevo Start to live stream and record my DJ sets. One thing I'm struggling with is audio and setting my DB with the aux slider in the Mevo app. Is there any further audio functions being released? We're always working on new stuff. If you're looking for the Mevo multicam app, then yes, that is going to have some audio improvements in the future. Um, as far as the Mevo single cam app, I don't know if we're going to be adding any additional things. But what I would recommend if you're a DJ is to don't adjust your DBs in the Mevo app. Do it outside the app on your mixer before it gets to the Mevo. That is
Yeah.
the best way to control your Mevo. I would keep your audio dead center in the Mevo app and make all of your adjustments before it even hits the Mevo. Um, I mean, you're a DJ, so you probably already have a mixer and everything, so you should be good to go. Let's see here. Brett asks, what were you using before XLR 3.5 or USB? Is there a reason why you switched? Um, so for me, I was using XLR. So this is XLR. I'm still using XLR. I switched mixers because my other mixer was introducing a lot of noise, and would have random blips. Like it would just, I mean, it was like 6 years old at this point, 6 or 7 years old. So it's seen things. Probably had its fair share of Coke at this time and random amounts of soda. Um, and water and God knows what else I've probably dumped on that thing at some point. Uh, but essentially, it was time to get a new one, and I'm glad I did because now this thing is really good at filtering out audio or audio noise and other random cool stuff. And you got some cool effects like now we got this like a little reverb effect here, which is kind of weird, and um, and change my pitch a little bit like this by just pulling and turning a knob. That's some pretty cool stuff that I can do. It's pretty fun. But yeah, still XLR for this one and the last one, um, which is great.
Cool, cool. You got Roland Evans.
Yep, go for it.
What is the best RTMP to NDI app to bring multicam into OBS? So there's no such thing as RTMP to NDI. If you're talking about bringing multicam into OBS, the only way to currently do that is through a custom RTMP server, which we don't recommend because A, it's going to be a massive delay, and B, is it's going to be very problematic on your network. Like it's a very heavy load for something that's probably not necessary. The easiest way to use multiple cameras in OBS without a massive delay and heavy load on your network is connecting them all via NDI directly to OBS. All right. So sounds like Joe is having a little bit of issues with his audio. He just got that new Go XLR, so he might have hit the wrong button. Let's see. Jared says, Joey wearing those Ultimate Ears IEMs. He is. I just sent in my fit kit, so I'm actually really excited to get mine in a couple of weeks. Let's see. Mark says, can you discuss hooking up Mevos with Ethernet and a router? Yeah. So to hook up the Mevos with a router, obviously first you want to have, are you using Mevo Starts? Are you using Mevo Plus or Mevo First Gen? I'm going to assume that you're using a Mevo Start. And so to do that, you need an Ethernet adapter, USB-C to Ethernet adapter, either a Mevo Power over Ethernet adapter or just a regular third-party one. And then just connect an Ethernet cable from that to your router. And then all you have to do is switch to Ethernet in the Mevo app. It should do it automatically, though. So that's all you have to do. Just plug in the adapter and the cables. Let's see. Fred says noise from the mixer can be due to long usage. Yeah, it can be. If your mixer has, if it's kind of worn down, then the connectors can be just not great, and that just causes them to do like different popping noises or sometimes a low static or a buzz. So there are a few things that can happen. What's up, Joe?
I think I'm back.
Nope. Oh, there you are. You're just super delayed.
Oh, I'll refresh.
What's up, man? Cool.
Sorry about that.
Solid.
We're going on an adventure. Oh,
Did you
geez.
figure out what it was?
Yeah, so, and I'm still gonna have to play with it afterwards because like there's a button for my mic for mute, and then there's a button for voice chat. And essentially I pressed voice chat, which is actually my audio source here. I'm using voice chat as my audio source and Melon. So apparently when I press that button, it mutes. I mean, it makes sense now that I like say it out loud, but I don't know. I guess I didn't expect that. I figured like if I turn this up and down, I guess I'm controlling my voice chat audio as well. Maybe am I louder?
Not that I can tell.
Yeah. So I don't know. So that button seems strange if it doesn't actually change my volume and it only turns if it only turns mute on and off. So I don't know. We'll mess with it.
Weird. Well, glad you're back.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're down to go live events. 220.
Oh, I don't see it. For 220, I see Mark Freeman saying start.
Just right above Mark. So I can just read it. Go live event says, can I connect a mic to the iPad Pro to use as the main audio source? And will that cause audio lag when I'm watching the stream? So obviously it depends on what you're using. If you're using the multicam app, then you can't bring in audio from the iPad Pro. If you're using the Mevo app, you certainly can. And then in terms of audio lag, there shouldn't be audio lag between the video and your audio source. But there will be lag from like how your stream is looking and sounding on your device and when it hits the internet, because there's always going to be a little delay sending a stream to the internet.
Yep. Yeah. So do you mind taking a screenshot of your chat and then I'll do one of mine as well? That way I can get that reported. That we don't see the same exact questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to do a little bit of troubleshooting. See, when we're using nothing but our products, that means we get a chance to solve some of the issues while we're using them if we notice it. It's very strange. That's the first time I've ever had a question that you have a question I didn't have.
It might be like maybe it came in when you were refreshing. No.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't have that one. Interesting. Yeah, it could very well have, but you would think it would. Yeah, whatever. Very strange. But thank you for the picture. Cool. Let's see here. So Brett says I've had issues I've had with mixers is the knobs as they age. Sometimes they wear out, and you can really hear static or noise when you use them. I have no like real deep knowledge of how mixers work at all. Um, but I will say, and I know I see Jared said something about dog hair in your mixer. Yes, absolutely. I have a husky. Like his hair is everywhere. Um, so you don't just get rid of it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of that may have gotten into the mixer and shorted some stuff out. Um, Joseph, our audio engineer specialist, says dust equals noise. Clean your mixer. So yeah, my mixer had seen things. It's old. Echo's been around the whole life of the mixer. Echo is also 6, and then the mixer's like 6. So they came into the house at the same time, and it was time to retire that thing.
6 years of hair.
Yeah, I should open it up. I am kind of curious, like the abuse that thing has taken.
Yeah.
David Massey, we had a great live stream with our church this past Sunday. Fantastic.
Nice.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Multicam question.
When is picture in picture coming to the multicam app? Hopefully soon. It is definitely something that is on our list, and we are always working on that list. So unfortunately, we don't have an exact ETA, but hopefully soon.
Hopefully. Here. Here's a question from Fred. This is a big one, almost covers us up. Fred says, I get a loud popping sound when my speakers are on and I shut the mixer and mic receivers. Mixer and mic receivers are connected to one power strip that I turn off. Any ideas why I get the loud pop? Joseph is watching, so if there's a valid explanation, you'll probably provide it. I will normally say like putting microphones and stuff in the same power source as the destination is usually not a good idea. Joseph says, yeah, when you're cutting power, you're going to get a pop. A pretty
Makes sense. I mean, think about when you're just like putting the cable in to begin with.
Well, if you think about a speaker too, right? They've got like the drums or the cones inside. So like once you take power away, I bet the cone is probably like, and then it's like decompressing or something. I mean, I remember in high school, it was a long time ago with the bald head, long time ago. But when I was in high school, I had speakers in my car, subwoofers in my car, and yeah, when I would turn off the car, it would do the same thing. Or when you turn it on, it would do the same thing. It was like, it's pretty expected. You just shut the speaker off first, is what Joseph's saying. Just turn off the speaker first. Not take power from it. Literally press the power off button and not just turn the entire strip off. And then probably won't experience that. Jared says, any way to use Mevo for the main streaming station rather than a mobile device when using multicam? Just curious because I use the same mobile device to start multiple live streams. Can you provide some? Can you provide more information? Unless, do you have an idea of what he's asking?
Use for Mevo as a main streaming station rather than a mobile device.
Oh, I think he's talking about the encoder. Not using the mobile device as the encoder and using.
Oh no, he wants to send it. He wants to use multicam and have the stream sent from the Mevo, like in the Mevo
instead of the Mevo app.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. If you wanted to, you would have to use like the Mevo first gen app, and you would have to use one Mevo. That's the only way it'll send from the Mevo exactly.
Phones just have you need a lot of processing power, and the phones simply have more processing power. You have to remember the Mevo Start was not designed with multicam in mind. Multicam was a feature that we released after Mevo Start was created. So that the same reason, like a lot of the features that work for Mevo Start don't work for Mevo Plus. The Mevo Plus wasn't even, or these features weren't even thought of at the time Mevo Plus was released. Same thing
Yeah.
for multicam. It was not a concept until after the design phase was over. So you have to use the phone's processing power because the Mevo just wasn't designed to handle that level of strain internally to do that.
Yeah, it would also be just adding a massive lag too. Like if you're, because you're doing the mixing has to be done obviously on the mobile device. And so you would have to then send that mixed version to Amiibo to stream. So
Yep.
you'd just be adding a massive amount of lag.
Yep. Road says, "Hi, we just bought 3 Mevo Start cameras for using live streaming in church using NDI and OBS. We might invest in multiple more cameras. Will NDI always magically be in sync, or any tips on how?" They should be in sync. But there's gonna be different variables that come in play. Are they all connected the same way? Are there some via wireless and some via Ethernet? If they're all via Ethernet, then they should be in sync. If they're all via wireless, they should potentially be in sync. It just depends because the speed of which it gets from the Mevo to the computer is all going to vary. So
Yeah.
it, it's kind of one of those tricky things about NDI. I am far from a specialist for NDI. I do not have, um, you know, contrary to what they might have people believe when they do interviews with me. I don't. I'm not huge. I love NDI. Don't get me wrong, but it's a big maybe. That's for sure. It's impossible to guarantee being in sync. There's just too many variables that come into play.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you know about Pro Presenter?
Not a lot, other than we have a lot of people that do House of Worship that use it for the lyrics.
What is it?
Um,
Can anybody comment? Is it free?
no, I don't think it's free, but I think you can. I think it depends on how you use it. Like I think UVC or wired webcam mode does work for Pro Presenter, but I believe virtual cameras don't. So I think that wireless and NDI are not options. You could just go into OBS and then like I think OBS virtual camera works. I don't know. You'll have to play around with it, but I'm pretty positive that UVC mode does work.
Yeah, so I'm seeing it here. There is a free version.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a free version. I don't know what the limits are, but I might download that, give it a go, get informed in how it works, and I mean, it seems to be popular. Um, and I know we don't do help center stuff anymore, but it may be worthwhile taking some time out of my day and creating a help article for it because it is a growing platform for sure. I'm
Yeah.
seeing it more and more on how that works. So, unfortunately, Yamil, I do not know how to connect using Pro Presenter. Will stated that he believes wired webcam mode definitely works with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to, you're on Facebook. So if you're not in the customer group, go to the customer group. It's called Mevo Camera, or is it just Mevo Customer Group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just go to Mevo Customer Group on Facebook, and you can ask there. There's plenty of users who use it. If you're feeling patient, then I'll download it today and see if I can potentially pump out a help article to show people how to use it with the Mevo. I'm just not familiar enough with it, but I have the page open here, so you know what? I'll just go ahead and press download now, just so we can get on our way. All right, let's see here. I'm just like lots
What's
of
up?
questions you got to read through, and some of them are like
Yeah.
back and forth between each other. So you're just like, oh, here's a good one. Okay, so Ratch or Ratch was commenting to Frode about delaying your audio sources or video sources. You can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
You can definitely do that. And I think like basically any mixer or software like Streamlabs, OBS, Livestream Studio, vMix, Ecamm, Wirecast,
Mhm.
All of those, I believe, allow you to delay your NDI inputs.
Yeah.
But that's definitely good to share for sure. Wow. 37 minutes. Oh, 38 if you wait 3 more seconds. Not too bad. Keep the questions coming and let us know where you guys are viewing from too. We're very curious where everyone's viewing from. Uh, just to kind of chime in again on Thursday's show, make sure you come check us out. I believe it's going to be all three of us just because it's a important show. Um, but we'll be talking about some cool Logitech C stuff. Hopefully, do some cool demos, answer some questions about the latest and greatest from Logi C. If you're not familiar with Logitech C, it is um, a business group from Logitech for creators, and it's basically for all creators and streamers. Um, in regards to Logitech C, basically the people who are part of it would be Mevo, Streamlabs, um, Lytra, Ultimate Ears.
Did you say blue
Did
already?
I say blue? I don't know if I said blue microphone. But basically, they brought all these heavy hitters in who are great in their specific areas and created Logitech C. So all of our products are targeting streamers and creators. So,
Mm.
they've got Logitech G, which is obviously Logitech for gamers. So we wanted to do the same for streamers and creators. Okay, so according to this, we got. Oh, so he sent me a screenshot, but that's got Logitech G in it, and then it's got Astro, and I'm pretty sure Astro is part of Logitech G. And I don't think Jaybird's part of Logitech C either. We should probably get the exact list. I'm just going based off of like who we deal with on a daily basis. Um,
Yeah.
we should probably get an exact list because I think Ultimate Ears is also like mixed into some other stuff too. Like we're all kind of blurred. There's a lot of blurred lines.
Yeah, and there's also stuff that's like the stream cam that doesn't really have like a secondary category.
Yeah.
But stream cam is part of it as well. So
Yeah.
yep.
But yes, tons of cool stuff we're going to talk about, and hopefully we'll make it a habit of continuing to talk about all of the cool stuff that Logi C is doing. So that's all of our brother and sister teams from audio, lighting, cameras, everything. So hopefully you all stick around for all of those things. So Mark Freeman says he's in Sacramento. This is a good question. Tyrone asks, can you use Melon on your tablet? No, I think we talked about this.
There's no native apps. I don't know if you could use like a desktop browser and go to melonapp.com. But I don't think you could like pull up your tablet's camera or something like that. So it's not like you could bring in a video source. But you might be able to just control it.
Let's see if I don't think I have Slack on here, but these links are pretty short. I might be able to just type it in, to be honest. See if I can join. But let's see here. Where is everybody else from in the meantime? We got Charlie in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I'm gonna pull up Chrome and see if I can join the call and see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool. DJ Fuzz says, "What's the best cheap USB mic you guys would recommend?" It depends how cheap you're going, right? Like, I'd say the cheapest USB Blue mic would be the Blue Yeti Nano, which is actually,
solid mic.
I think, very much worth its price. It's not super cheap, but considering what you get for the price, it's actually a really great deal.
Wait, is Joseph? You can hear us. Are you on a mobile device? Wait, you're not in here. I'm gonna bring him in here.
Hey everyone.
Are you on a mobile device?
I am. I'm from my Galaxy Tab S7. I was curious to see if it would work.
Yeah.
Nice.
So was I. I was glad to see you pop up because I was struggling to type on a tablet. That's so cool.
I figured I got your back on that.
So like, what is it? What like? So it's the same thing. It just doesn't look the same on a mobile device.
Looks exactly the same. I can go full screen here. I can see the chat. So
Nice.
yeah, I can see Frode from Norway. Looks like
Huh.
yeah, pretty
That's
awesome.
super
But I want to
cool.
pop in and say hi and show you
Oh,
that this
I
does work.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thanks for checking it out
Nice.
for us. That's super cool. So there you go, Tyrone. You can absolutely use a mobile device and use Melon. I wonder if they advertise that. I wonder if it's inadvertently just works.
I mean, it's browser based, so
Yeah. Huh. Pretty cool. Well, thanks,
Interesting.
Joseph. I appreciate it.
all right. Have a
See you
good rest of
later.
the show. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Super cool of him to do that. Yeah. No, I was doing it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm glad we tried
Yeah,
it.
I'll have to try that on some iOS devices to see if it's the same.
Yeah.
So I would
Definitely.
imagine not, but it'll be interesting.
All right. So we can confirm it works on one Android device so far. But did we finish up on the USB microphone one?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We've got David in Fort Lauderdale. Jealous. I would love some
Nice.
heat right now. Okay, so
Nice.
I got a go live event question here.
Yep.
I saw somewhere you need to set up the audio first on each Mevo Start on Mevo app before using the cameras and multicam. Is this true, and why?
Sort of.
Yeah, so it's sort of true. It depends what audio source you're using. If you're using the internal mics, then no, you don't need to. If you're using the 3.5, then no, you don't need to. If you're trying to use USB, then yes, you'll need to do that. And the reason why is we haven't introduced audio. It wasn't designed that way. It was a workaround. The multicam app was not supposed to have USB yet, but we had found by doing this, you could get USB before we actually released the feature. But the feature is coming in the future.
Yeah, and it's the same with Mevo Mic. If you want to use that, you have to do that in the Mevo app first.
Yep, 100%. Let's see here. Let's go. Scroll. Jared from Memphis, Tennessee, and from Cortese, Ontario. 20 inches of snow. I would like to try my. I wouldn't hate trying my my electric snow blower in 20 inches of snow. See if it could really push some snow around. It
Hopefully
blew
it
through
happens.
the very small amount of snow we've had so far. It handled it pretty effortlessly.
Yeah, you
Like
did
my
it for
neighbors
like
are
your
just
whole
like,
block, right?
yeah, I did the whole block.
Nice.
And my neighbors were all just like, I can't even hear that it's on. And I'm like, isn't it great? It's quiet. No neighbors are upset. And they're like shoveling. I was like, stop shoveling. I was like, I can walk it through. It's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. And then like 2 days later, it rains and snow's gone.
Yeah.
Um.
Did you see Frode right there?
Oh, yep. Norway. Sound
Nice.
input to camera seems to be a bit compressed when running it through Mevo Start compared to direct input to PC. Is there any setting or other Mevo product to consider?
Yeah, I mean, does he possibly have the wrong what is it called? Audio profile setup?
On computer?
On the Mevo app?
What do you mean, like switching between
Speech.
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah, those. It's possible. But
Yeah, you might want to check out switching the audio profile, which is in the Mevo app. That's one thing to check. And then I don't know about anything else. I mean, obviously you could do audio sent to the Mevo Start from your mobile device or from the Mevo Mic app, but it shouldn't be a different sound than your PC.
Yeah, he does mention running it through Mevo Start compared to direct input to PC. I guess what's the audio source too is kind of important. Like,
Yeah.
Are you using the 3.5? Because then that would eliminate the profiles. Are you using USB? Because then there could be some other type of situation going on. So yeah, If you are having some issues with Amiibo, though, you can always go, and this goes for anybody, you can always go to help.amiibo.com, open up a support ticket, provide as much information, pictures if you can, video even better,
Yeah.
to help out the support agents over there to help answer your questions as quickly and effectively as possible. David Massey says, feature future. Wow, say that 5 times fast. When I was saying it, I realized that I was setting new standards. And this I don't even know. I'm just talking at this point. Let's see here. Tyrone says, now if you could integrate multicam to Melon, that would be groundbreaking. Yes, I know a lot of people have asked um, about getting webcam out from multicam.
Yeah.
If you guys would like that, let us know. Throw it in the chat. I don't know. We should do like emojis. Put a emoji in the chat. What emoji should we put?
Sadly, all of my favorite emojis are stuck in Slack.
I know. Well, regardless, if you're here and you think that you would like to see webcam out from multicam, put something in the chat. Say yes. I don't know. We got to think of something. We got to come up with something. This is a reason why this is a big check mark for why we should go primarily to only Twitch. That way we can get cool emojis.
I agree. Speaking of which, so we mentioned this a little bit the last show, but yeah, we're hoping to condense the show into a few different channels, maybe YouTube and Twitch, or just Twitch. So let us know how you feel about that. I see a lot of people are on Facebook. The main downside of Facebook, other than it just being, not the best in general, but is that it'll lower the stream quality to 720, which is obviously not ideal. And aside from like the resolution being not very high, the bit rate is also not as good as Twitch and YouTube. So
yeah, absolutely. And the color accuracy just seems way better in Twitch as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Charlie says yes, add it for no other reasons but to stop people from asking for it. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, there's some things. But Joseph says Melon goes 1080 to Facebook. Are we 1080?
I don't know. I would say even if are we? Nice. Yeah. So I guess Melon is on that list of people that can send 1080 to Facebook. Unfortunately, it seems like that's not a very common thing.
Yeah, I mean, Mevo can if you go directly from the Mevo app.
Right.
But
we couldn't from like any of our other sources.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. David says, does Melon work like RTMP on multiple streams at once? So Melon does have multi-destination. It does have RTMP. Yeah, it'd be good to go as far as that goes.
Yep.
Is your Mevo 3 set cam available in India? I don't believe so. If they are, they would be available via your region's Amazon, if you have Amazon available to you there. If you don't have Amazon available to you there, then I don't believe it's available because we don't ship globally right now from our website. Typically we did. We used to. And we hopefully will get back to that sooner than later. But since the Logitech acquisition, we've had to make some changes to make sure we're complying with a bunch of different regulations and rules and stuff, policies. But once that's ready, we should be back to being global. So I would expect us to be back in India. But for now, I would check your region's Amazon if you have available to you. I think that's it.
Nice.
It's interesting. We had a pretty good set number of viewers today. Slower chat though, which means people are just listening, which I mean isn't the worst thing.
People are waiting for giveaways to start up again.
Is that what's happening here? Our viewership hasn't tanked yet.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We appreciate everybody coming and joining, and certainly if you don't have questions, you're more than welcome to watch. But
Yes.
we always
we
encourage asking questions or just striking up conversations with people in chat. Maybe you want to advertise your Twitch stream or something like that.
Jared says, "I've been chatting." We know Jared.
Always.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We
Love it.
appreciate it.
Hey, we
Yeah.
we like to talk about anything, like Mevo stuff, Logitech stuff, streaming stuff, tech in general. We're
Yeah.
happy to comment on anything. You have to realize we are our audience. we
It's
we
true.
we are not just employees of Logitech, employees of Mevo. We are exactly who we are targeting, and like we are you. We use our products. We stream. We do lots of stuff. We have microphones. We deal with audio. We deal with the same issues you all deal with too. I promise. So just come hang out with us. Even if you have no questions, it's cool to just get to know what everyone's working on. Do you have one last plug? If you guys are not part of our user test pool and you do want to be part of our user test pool, not sure what a user test pool is? So Logitech C, if you were all not aware, during Christmas we announced that Joseph, Will, and I are now part of the customer success team for Logitech C. So what that means is we handle user testing essentially and ensuring that our users' voices are being heard for all products Logitech C. So like we mentioned earlier, UE, Blue, Lytra, Streamlabs, Mevo, um, etc. For any of the ones that I'm missing. We get to basically take any new products that haven't been released yet. We get to take packaging that changes, software changes, um, tons of stuff, directions, guides, and we get to get your first opinions on them. And you get to share your opinions, and that's how you get to get your voice heard and make. I promise you, we make changes based on this feedback. We have
Yeah.
like our jobs are solely based on talking to you all and getting your feedback. So if you want to know how to sign up, go to facebook.com, type in Mevo customer group, and at the top of the group, you will see a link to sign up for the user test pool. And that will sign you up to be part of any future considerations for any future product testing that we may do. And I'm telling you, 2022 is going to be a wonderful year. So if you want to be part of it, go sign up.
Yep. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming. So
yeah. And we
get
might
to test it early.
Yeah, and you might, and I mean, me, Will, and Joseph, or Joseph, Will, and I, whatever's proper English, I won't go there. But we were actually part of a user test before we became part of this team, or like we just became part of the team. We were part of a user test, and we're going to talk about what we user tested on Thursday's show. So make sure you come back on Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Mevo Camera on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and we will show you what product we got to user test, and maybe we can do some demos, answer any questions, and until Thursday, I suppose. I guess that's it, huh? Guess that would be it. We will see you all next time. Thank you all for stopping by, and until then, see everyone.